Can I really deliver an intramuscular injection of TRT with a 27 or 29 gauge insulin syringe? A lot of guys ask me this question, and my answer is, to the overwhelming majority of them, absolutely. If you're considerably overweight and have a lot of body fat to lose, then maybe not, but I would argue that these guys shouldn't be starting on injections anyway. They'll do better starting with cream until they lose some body fat because it's going to aromatize less. Different subject, but nonetheless, a 27 or 29 gauge half-inch insulin syringe is going to be it's going to deliver a shallow intramuscular injection, especially into the delts and or the quads. When anyone who's worked with me knows that I will reiterate that the best way to do TRT is to inject as frequently as possible. For some guys who are prone to side effects and or metabolize quickly, they are going to need to do daily injections. And initially, some of these guys will complain and say, well, I can't do that. But when you're using a 23 gauge, for example, inch or inch and a half syringe, you're using a sword effectively right now to inject. So I can see why you wouldn't want to do daily. When you switch to 27 or 29 gauge insulin syringe, it's virtually painless. And you also have to remember that you're going to be drawing such a small amount of oil. For most guys, this is 0.1 or 0.2 cc's if you're doing something like daily. And so, the other pushback I get is, well, it's going to take me forever to draw all that. And I say, no, because you're not drawing, almost a full syringe worth. You're just drawing a little bit. And if you're using a thinner oil, like an MCT-based oil, for example, I think I draw my oil in less than 30 seconds, maybe less than 20 seconds. So seamless, painless, and you are definitely going to get into a shallow intramuscular injection, especially if you are leaner. I personally just rotate between my delts. Some people like to do their quads too. That's fair game. You also, with this, with a smaller insulin syringe, you're not going to get the same scar tissue buildup. I don't even have any scar tissue that I could observe. People who kind of still think they do, a lot of times they're just going into the same site over and over. So you can obviously rotate within the general area that you're injecting in. But when it comes to injections, my vote is smallest needle you can. 27 or 29 gauge insulin syringe is going to work great, and as frequently as you can. If you're struggling with any aspect of your TRT protocol and you need some help, DM me. I'm happy to look at any labs, answer any questions you have for free. I love to help guys however I can. I love to see guys win and help them optimize.